In the quiet town of Ilori, where early morning mist cleaves to roasted zinc roofs and the call to prayer echoes between clay brick houses, love can either be a shelter or a trap. It was in this town that Maria met Farouk. She was a young tailor known for her gentle hands and kind smile, a struggling mechanic whose dream had faced its reality. They met during a power outage, their paths crossed by candlelight and conversation, and in less than a year, their names were joined in union. But behind Farouk's shy smile hid a hunger not for love but for power. And while Mariam stitched together people's tall clothes, Farouk would stitch together a plan to trade her life for luxury. This is not just a story, it is a scar, a warning, because sometimes the man who says I love you the loudest is the one sharpening the knife behind your back. Marian had always dreamed of a simple life, a house filled with laughter, the smell of stews on Sunday, and the sound of children running through the compound. And for a while, that dream seemed to come true. Farouk was loving at first. He would massage her feet after work, buy her mangoes from roadside, and tell her how lucky he was. But things changed. Farouk grew impatient with poverty. His mechanic shop barely earned enough to keep their lights on. He saw his mates buying cars, build house, traveling abroad, and each time Maria came home with just 1,000 naira from a tailoring hustle, he would ease and turn away. I am tired of suffering, he said one night, his voice heavy. We'll all be okay, Miriam replied, resting her head on his shoulder. But Farouk didn't want okay, he wanted everything. Then one night, under the influence of palm wine and jealousy, Farouk followed his friend, Musa, to a place in the forest, a small shrine hidden among the Iroko trees. The Babalawo greeted him with red eyes and white chalk smeared across his face. You want money? The man asked. Farouk nodded. You must bring someone precious, he said, someone whose blood is pure, someone who trusts you. Farouk froze. But my wife, the priest didn't blink. You ask for riches. What are you willing to give? For days, Farouk battled his conscience. Mariam was kind. She once gave her old wrapper to a beggar. She stayed with him when he had nothing. Even when people mocked her for marrying a broke mechanic, she prayed for him, fasted for him, but none of that seemed to shake him anymore. The greed had grown louder than love. He began to act strangely, buying Mariam gifts, cooking her favorite meal, treating her like royalty. She thought their marriage was healing. She didn't know it was her ideology. One Saturday, he convinced her to follow him to visit his uncle in the village. It's just one night, he said, with a smile. We need to reconnect with family. Mariam packed her small baggage. She even ironed his shirt. That night, they took a keke to the outskirts. They trekked into the thick forest path. Her heart beat faster. This place feels strange, she whispered. Farouk held her hand tighter. Don't be afraid. But Mariam should have been, because as they reached a small hut wrapped in silence, and the Babalawo stepped out with a blood-stained machete, her husband let go of her hand. Farouk, she said, eyes wide. I'm sorry, he whispered, but his eyes showed no tears. They dragged her into the hut. She screamed, she begged, but in that dark room, her eyes cried, were muffled by chants. Her body pinned down by strangers, and her throat shattered by the man she loved the most. And when the chanting stopped and the silence returned, Mariam was gone. 3 months later, Farouk returned to Ilori a different man. He wore design clothes, drove a black jeep, and began building 3-story house beside the mosque. People hailed him Baba Millionaire. They asked him for help, and he gave freely, but the money never erased the blood on his hands. At night, he couldn't sleep. He heard her voice. In his dream, Mariam stood beside his bed, her wrapper soaked in blood, eyes staring. You said you loved me, she would whisper. One night, he woke up screaming. Then strange things began to happen. The mechanic shop he had tried to reopen caught fire without cause. The jeep he bought veered off the road one afternoon and killed a little girl. His neighbor's child. His 3-story mansion began to crack, the foundation sinking even though the engineer swore it was solid. But worst of all, his skin began to rot. Doctors couldn't explain. His flesh peeled like old yam skin. He lost weight. His body smelled of death. No matter how much the base stench remained, people avoided it. Children cried at night. And soon, The same people who called him Baba Millionaire now crossed the street to avoid him. One day, a young tailor named Halima walked past the abandoned mechanic shop. She looked so much like Miriam. Same eyes, same gentle smile. She was Miriam's younger sister. She had returned to Ilorin to open her own business and find out what truly happened to her beloved sister, who went missing months ago. When she heard that Farouk had become, she visited him, not with curse, but with tears. Why did you do it? She asked. Standing in front of his crumbling house, Farouk couldn't speak. His tongue was swollen, his lip cracked. She dropped a small Quran beside his feet and said, "If you bury love in the forest, it will rise and speak." Farouk wept. For days, for nights. But the dead do not return with tears. Farouk died alone. They found his body in the same forest where Miriam's blood had soaked the soil. His face twisted in pain. His finger clawed into the earth as though he tried to dig his way into forgiveness. But no shrine could save him. No god could protect him. He was buried in silence. No one mourned. No one came. And when the rain came, his grave was washed into the stream. People whispered his name with caution. Mother told their daughters, "Don't marry a man for his charm. Ask what his heart is made of." Greed is a fire that consumes not just the soul, but everyone close to it. Farouk wanted riches, but he traded love, trust, and life to get it. In the end, he lost everything. The blood he spilled did not wash off with water. The wet again could not fill the void of guilt, and the woman he betrayed became his eternal curse. True wealth is not in money, but in character, love, and peace of mind. Thank you so much for watching this video. Your time, your presence, and your support means the world to me. If this story touched your heart, made you think, or simply gave you something to feel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a moment of this powerful story we share here. This channel is a place of emotion, of love, of deep reflection, where African tales come alive with heart and soul. And trust me, more beautiful, heartwarming, and unforgettable stories are on the way. Stories that will make you laugh, cry, and remember what it means to truly feel. So once again, thank you for being part of this journey. Please like, comment, and share this video with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and expect more lovely stories from this channel. Subscribe now, and let's keep this beautiful journey going ahead. Thank you.